Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Fiaura the Tank Girl, where we're finally doing it! We're reviewing the Terminator. I'll be back. And in this case it is back. You can totally buy it right now through the Reaper Pack system. Also, if you already own one, you can earn a Reaper version via playing 5 games in your Terminator or Expeditionary tank. So, what does the Terminator offer us in terms of capabilities? Let's have us a look-see. So, it must compete with the VBL, the Honey Bradley. Wow, this is a tough freaking circuit for you, man. You got like the VBL and the Honey Bradley, and oh look, there's a BMP3 while we're at it. You got a pretty tough crowd. So what can you do for us? Well, in comparison to the BMP3, which I will be comparing the autocannons because the Terminator lacks the frag gun. The Terminator has worse pin and worse damage per shot, but it gets 2 guns and fires twice as fast. So I'm taking into account. Has a much higher damage per minute because of the twin gun setup. But it also has a longer reload time when it's time to finally load at 9 seconds, and you cannot really improve that very much no matter what you do because the Terminator is an unmanned turret with no actual loader. Terminator actually has less hit points, which makes no sense! None! Whatsoever! This vehicle, this BMP3 does not even have a hit point booster, but the Terminator has less hit points than the BMP3. Although it then has shitloads more armor because this is a T-72 hull with reinforced plating and extra side armor as well as explosive reactive covering it in many places. As you can see, the turret on the Terminator 2, however, is completely unarmored, but because it's unmanned, it only takes 60% damage whenever it's hit. Something to be thankful for. I wish it just had enough hit points to take advantage of it. It has worse camouflage, of course, because it's the main battle tank hull, and it has lower view range than the BMP-3. It has better cannon depression, oddly enough. It has the best cannon depression of any Russian vehicle in the game! Including the upgraded versions of the Ramka and the Terminator 2. It does have pretty shitty accuracy, though. I'm just going to throw that out there. It has the shittiest accuracy of the BMP-3, because it's 2 of those 30mm guns that go in the BMP-3. It has slightly, by like a tenth of a second better aim time and a better turret traverse than the BMP3, although the hull traverse is kind of lacking. Now we get into it versus the Bradley. America has more damage per shot and higher penetration, but once again it only has 1 autocannon versus the twin autocannon setup. Bradley actually has a higher damage per minute and a quicker reload, meaning the Bradley has a faster kill time. Really? Really, Terminator? Really? Bradley has more hit points. I shouldn't be saying that, and I know why, but that's beside the point. And the hull armor is, well, so much thicker than the Bradley's, it's not even funny, in addition to being a 1.7 composite versus a 0.9. Turret armor is a lot weaker, but then again, you only take 60% damage, and it's only if they hit certain spots of the turret, which I will go over momentarily. Also, before I continue, this is a reminder that this is a 0.18 version of the game. There's no promises that this review will be any good in future versions of the game. I may even have to re-review this vehicle. Take that with a grain of salt. Max speed, slower. Acceleration, much slower, like stupidly slower, like main battle tank acceleration. Hull traverse, slightly better, oddly enough. I'll never understand that one. Camouflage and vision. The Terminator will be outspotted by everything that's in AFV. Just get used to this. Has worse cannon depression off the front and sides, but better off the rear, oddly enough. And Terminator has worse accuracy a stupidly longer aim time, and a slower turret traverse than the Bradley. The Bradley, in my opinion, is probably still the better vehicle for overall. But in a flat-out, close-in, brawly situation, Terminator all the way. Lastly, we have the VBL, which, wow. Okay, so the Terminator has better damage and penetration per shot, but somehow the VBL has a higher damage per minute. Also, something to point out with the Terminator versus the Bradley. The Terminator has 4 missile tubes, whereas the Bradley has 1, and the BMP-3 must share its missile tube with its frag cannon, and therefore only has 1 missile shot, whereas the Terminator, again, has 4 before it runs out. This is about the firepower and armor AFV, not about the finesse one. Of course, everything has better armor than the VBL. It's slower than the VBL, has a worse hull traverse, has a worse turret traverse, has less accuracy, takes longer to aim, has less gun depression, has less camouflage, and has less view range. So why, if statistically on paper the Terminator is pretty much worse than every other AFV in the game, would you want to take this thing? Well, my friends, it's for the armored AFV aspect. What am I talking about here? Oddly enough, I wish that they made these machine guns work too, because that would just be ridiculous amounts of daga 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 daga. But the Terminator is an armored AFV. Its weak spots are this box here, this section of the turret here, and this section of the turret here. Anything above that line right there where you see the periscope, anything above that is an inert component. So unless you shoot it in this little U-shaped area like this, like look at my hand, and then look at where my mouse is going. Unless you shoot it in this U-shaped area, you do no damage to the turret. You hit gun ports, you hit gun mountings, you hit the guns, you hit a viewport that isn't actually that's actually a periscope. And this box is the only place on the front of the tank you can hit for full damage. The lower plate is reinforced and actually cannot be penetrated by most vehicles. The side armor is unusually thick for an AFV, particularly everything above these side skirts is particularly hard to penetrate. Below the side skirts, yeah, you'll go right in, but that means that particularly against AFV fire, this area is protected. The rear, well, the rear is exposed and, you know, you would fully expect to pen it. But if it's facing you head on, shoot it in the box, shoot it in the turret, shoot it anywhere else, you're going to bounce. And a good Terminator pilot is continuously moving like there's nobody's tomorrow. So, what does a good Terminator game look like, Fiaura? Let's go have a look-see. Shall we? Now, this is the review version of this episode. This episode is actually going up on 3 Amigos on Wednesday, but, you know, it'll be the comedy version of it. This is the more serious talk where I'm going to explain to you the tactics of using a Terminator. So here we have Global Operations, Desert Crossing. Now the Terminator counts as an AFV, something keen to remember. It gets AFV cap rates. As you can see, my compatriot and friend Headshot over here has already earned his Terminator Reaper Edition. You can earn that if you own the vehicle. If you don't own the vehicle, you can buy the Reaper pack right now to buy the Terminator and the Expeditionary Tank. So the Terminator is a scary, scary thing. And you guys are going to see why. Now, I am typing when this match started. That's my fault. So somebody asked if that was really me. Yeah, I'm typing. And then I turn and we head through the village. Now, for me personally, I don't have anything against this guy or anything about him, but fuck that house! That house was ugly. It deserved that shit. The guy inside, yeah, I don't have anything against you. I just wanted to say fuck that house. Now, if you look at my mini-map over to the right side of the screen, you'll notice the view range. The view range of the Terminator on the map is AFV-style view range, and the camouflage is lowest end AFV style camo. Look at this autocannon work though. Yeah, you don't pin every shot, but you pin enough of them. And Spitfire, of course, gets pointed out and isolated by the NPCs. Dear Obsidian, can we do something about these NPCs? Because they're more annoying than they are actually, you know, influential on the match. Once we cap this, we are going to hold it. I blap down the NPC, start reloading my guns, and then we move to engage. Now these challengers over here think that they all badass and such. I don't know what happened with that missile, by the way. Like, I am completely unsure about that missile. Now that T-80 there just popped me into, I believe, he got me right into the hatch. No, I'm not sure where he hit me. But anyway, we are just up here unloading missiles at these challengers and letting them know that we appreciate their company. I get an inert component hit, T-80, I start putting rounds on, fires at me and bounces, as expected with quite a few shots. Now this poor challenger just getting beat up by the NPCs and me. I throw down smoke to protect us while I reload them missiles. And I'm coming in. Oh, T-80, you dead. Now, the Terminator doesn't have a lot of hit points, as you can see. That one hit from the T-80 put me way on down there. The Terminator needs more hit points. For the size of this vehicle and the weight, it seriously should have more HP. But we are currently unloading at Challenger 1s. And a VFM Mark V does get a tag in on me from the side. And this Chieftain Mark V doesn't seem to get that you just need to back off, dude. Like, seriously. You're causing a ruckus of a problem. Oof, gotta love that side shot, and you hit me in the cannons, lol. And missiles and everything raining in on this vehicle, but as you can see, most of it's not hurting me. Despite that huge turret, there's so many places on the turret that are shielded by the missile launchers and the gun that a lot of the times when you get hit, it don't hurt. Now it's at this point that we decide that, you know what? Withdrawal should be imminent because that is a VFM Mark V that needs to die. Especially since it just killed my friend Headshot. Nobody kills my friends except for me. The Terminator, also something really big about it, and its Ramka and Terminator 2 variants, is it can fire missiles on the move! Just flat out! Good night! Eat missile! Have a nice day. Miss me! It does accelerate rather quickly going backwards and going from full stop to back. But then again, you have that problem of that big old turret getting hit. And I don't think the unmanned turret should take 60% damage personally. Like, to me, that removes some of the skill level required to kill one of these things. And since it's unmanned, it's not like there's a vital system in there. I'm not sure what this out of ammo bug is because we're going to fire at the same time and I'm going to die and he's going to die. Because that's how that works. Missiles take a second to get there. As you can see, I've taken 1,200 damage and dealt 4,300. A lot of it from missile damage because the Terminator has those huge 4-shot missile racks before you have to reload and can fire them on the move, making it making it one of the few AFVs in which I can say it can flex between firing missiles and autocannons quite efficiently. Now over here I'm just having some fun because you can shoot these helicopters down with just one autocannon hit. It's kind of a fun thing to do. I wish there was a reward for blapping them out of the sky, but oh well. It was just kind of fun. As you can see here, we are winning this match, and we have just claimed 4, whereas no one has claimed 5. So that's the advantage here, is we are getting tickets off of them. I think 8? Yeah, 8 per... The stage 2 is 8 per second. And now I am flinging missiles. Because the Terminator has enough camouflage to do this. To sit here and fire missile after missile at these MBTs. And this is what it really truly specializes at. It specializes at being able to hit MBTs from range with missiles or up close. Doesn't matter. From range, the MBTs can't even fight back. Up close, you'll be moving around so much they'll have trouble tracking you. Now I order a missile reload and I start pumping rounds at the bunkers, because as an AFV driver, guys, like, we have the autocannon to deal with them. We probably should try to help deal with them much quicker, because we can deal with them a lot quicker than the main gun boys. When I hear Sophie complaining about challengers, I don't know where my missile went there. Yeah, I've been having a lot of missiles that just don't register when they hit. But there's one. I was trying to get it into the roof. I got it into the commander's hatch instead. Here comes another one right into his inert component. What? That's the side of his turret. And that's a building. Alright, well, let's put down some suppressive fire and get moving. See if I can get down here and help out my platoon mate, Sophie, as quick as possible. And this is what you should be doing. 4 is the easiest point to cap, so it also should be the point you can test the hardest. I rip that VBL to little pieces, and he dies. Throw down smoke. Come flying in against this Challenger 1, and boom! And doop! Gotta love those guided missiles. No real damage, but the T-80, I'm sorry, Obsidian. That's a heat shell into the... No, that should not penetrate. Straight up, should not have penetrated. That was a heat shell into the side skirt. That heat shell should have failed to penetrate. And it is a problem with the Terminator's model, I think, that randomly there are just certain sections of the armor that just fail to work at random moments. And that is something that has never been addressed with this vehicle. So you will have to deal with that when buying this vehicle. Be forewarned that there are random times when that happens. Heat shells penetrate sections of the armor they have no business penetrating. That hit that side skirt right there, that rubber side skirt that's designed to specifically stop heat shells, and it still penetrated for full damage. However, something the Terminator really truly specializes in is hunting other AFVs, including the Bradley. The Terminator is in fact any other AFV's worst nightmare, particularly at close range, because it'll spot them back and rip them apart. So as you can see, we are coming in here, and you're just not afraid to get in and brawl. I've taken 2,400 damage. I've dealt 9,100 back. You're in a Terminator. You're not afraid of anything. You're here to terminate all of them, as ordered by Skynet, and by God, you will carry out your mission. But I think it's a great vehicle. Now, I'm heading up here to take advantage of the AFV ability that comes with the Terminator. Yeah, this is an armored fighting vehicle. And I'm going to help Headshot here cap the stealth bomber. So it goes from 12 seconds and starts really racking through there rather quickly with 3 of us on it. And there we go. Done. In the meantime, I move to assist with the T-80, and our guys, for some reason, both drop an airstrike on the same spot. Because fuck that spot! Just fuck that area in general. Terminators, by the way, everyone, can ram. You should try it. It's amazing. They're big and heavy and angry and can ram right into booty. Now at this point, the match is pretty secure, but I want to get in and make it all the way secure. I switch back to my autocannon because the side of the VFM Mark V is not going to stop me from DACA-ing him down. I throw down smoke to cover us, and it works. Remember, guys, you have smoke grenades. Abuse the fuck out of them. And now it is time for the Challenger to get... Oh my god, that is a Terminator autocannon just ripping that Challenger apart. Terminator gets behind something. He dead. He dead? Now I gotta help this Centauro because I don't know who's gonna win, but that's it. Match is over. Terminator speaks volumes. He dead, motherfucker! And at this point, I will put on my headphones because we're going to do a PvE round. And there's the third stealth bomber dropping bombs because when in doubt, carpet bomb it all into little bits. Do I think the Terminator is worth it? Yeah, actually, it's kind of just raw fun in PvP or PvE. As you can see, I'm dropping the PvE match right now during this review while we're talking. Because I thought you might want to see it. Matter of fact, I think the Terminator is so fun, I put some decals on it from the Oktoberfest event, and back here from last year's Christmas event. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Slade here. Don't piss off Rudolph. He gonna eat your giblets. Again, the one defect I really... Even with this retrofit for 11% more hit points, it has the lowest hit points of any AFV at tier 6 but the VBL. Which makes no sense. It is the heaviest AFV out there. Like, the Ramka is on a T80 hull, which is lighter than the T72 hull. And the Terminator 2 is on a T90 hull, which while overall heavier than the original BMPT TAC 72 that I'm driving right now, still doesn't make any sense because it's a Terminator. I think it should have more hit points. More importantly, I think this side armor should definitely have stopped a heat shell, because you can see the spacing right there where the heat shell impacted, and it clearly did not stop that heat shell. So we are waiting on a PvE match right now on the EU server. It's really late for them when I'm recording this, like really freaking late. Like really, 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 really late. So I do apologize. You gonna get one today? Am I gonna keep having to yak and run my mouth? Because I can do that. I mean, it's not what you guys came here to see. Or is it? I'm not sure. But I can just sit here and talk and yak and go off. By the way, I am officially sponsored by Kitsuga Gaming now. It is a new site that is assisting me in helping growing my channel and assisting me in helping put together a stream team. So you will not only see Spitfire and Headshot and myself, but we'll be looking to get other streamers in on it so we can build up a full-blown team of streamers that, you know, host each other and are nice to each other. So if you know a streamer, hey, Lightfoot Freddy, or someone who does YouTube videos, hey, I'm talking to you. You may want to get in touch with me if you're interested. Now, you will notice at the end credits, there's also now a monocle, and you'll notice at the intro, there's also one there too. That's basically all I had to do. Was just put their branding symbol on it, and you know, they're in the description below if you want to check them out. I'm also writing as a freelance reporter for them, so first article's on EVE Online. I published it like an hour ago. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I have Terminator Mark II. Let's get this show on the road. Let's give him a good show, shall we? Now, as I said, you are a Terminator. Guess what your job is? To terminate. So you terminate. You go right in, spraying down rounds, and you don't fucking care. Hey, bud. Let's back this shit up. What's up? How you doing? I know that's not really hurting you very much, but it's totally making me feel better. Good night. Go away. Howdy ho. Oh shit, what the hell hit me? No, you don't. You don't show that rear to a Terminator and get away with it. Oh, for frack's sake. Really? Really? His spaced armor worked? I wish mine would work as well as that. I'm just doing terrible right now. Did they take out that Abrams? They must have. There it is! There it is! Got rid of you. Now, who dare? Who dare shoot me? Who dare shoot the Terminator? You don't shoot the Terminator. The Terminator shoots you. All versions of the Terminator have the turret weakness, so you can just spray the turret if you feel that you can't like get a consistent penetration. Oh, come on. Let me through here. There we go. And all Terminators have roughly the same weakness in the box on the front. That's all it takes. Now that is an Abrams Lieutenant, and that is not something that I want to necessarily take head freaking on. So that's why we're going to outflank this son of a bitch. Kill their arty while I'm at it. Just drive by. Eventually something will land, right? Wrong. I was wrong. Turn the heap around. Really? Really? There's a pen. Come on, come on. Alright, he died. He is dead. You don't ignore Terminator, because she'll terminate the shit out of you. I'm just driving badly. Like, I will fully admit that. Ooh, God, that was amazing. 4, 3. Oh, yeah, it's an AFV. You can designate. I keep forgetting that this is actually an AFV and not, like, some crazy fucking tank destroyer machine. And you can just designate target for maximum carnage. As you can also see, this guy's on me. Oh snap. Oh snap. Miss me! Now you gotta kiss me. You have to get it up underneath or behind. There it is. There's those rear shots right up that booty. How you like them apples? I got another one. Oh, I missed it. God bless. You're doing horrible, Fiaura. What the hell's up? Ah, got it! Jesus! Good God! What the hell's wrong with me? Just all them bounces! But it is the advantage of the Terminator. You can miss a few times. It's okay. Get under that side skirt and it'll pen. That's how that works, Fee. I don't have a missile. Get out of the way. I'm going to go kill a chieftain with my autocannon because I can. Now, the chieftain, you have to aim right about there to penetrate. And they just shreked him. Alright, that was dead. Who else wants some? I'm out of missiles. Let's fix that. Regenerate all of my hit points and shit. And go right on in. What's up? How you doing? You doing good? I don't think so. Oh, my missiles aren't ready. They are now. Boom! Boom, shaka laka 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 laka. Gotta love the Terminator. The Terminator is love. The Terminator is life. Seriously though, it is a fantastic vehicle. It is definitely one of the few AFVs, aside from the Bradley and the Ramka, that I will literally just Ramka up into your face and eat it alive like Honey Bradley don't even care. Honey Bradley like, I'm still hungry. Well, the Terminator's always hungry. And so the Terminator's always after more. Just drive-by missilings. That's how that works. Hey! Did somebody order a special delivery of live missile in flight? Live missile in flight. Okay. And that's what you do with this vehicle, is you just drive up to people and you're like, hey, I heard you ordered live missiles! And you fire it and laugh. Woo! Got it! Termination! That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And you just, I mean, you do this in PvP too, as you guys saw. You drive around like you own the place. Because you do. You really do just own the place. Now, for that Terminator episode that I showed you guys, I forgot to take the screenshots, but Sophie, myself, and Headshot were the top 3 players on our team and in the match. And here you can see, if you just drive around and get in people's faces and just start unloading the auto gun into weak points and spam the missiles at the same time, this thing just packs an absurd amount of firepower. Can I please have the large caliber machine guns that are on the side too? Please, please, please. I just want all the DACA in the world. No, that would be completely overpowered and unbalanced. But for an AFV, it's also surprisingly well armored. I mean, there are times when you are penetrated in ways and you're like, that shouldn't have worked. But then, for the most part, you take a lot of hits to bring down. So, if this is more your style of AFV, of I'm going to get in your face and punch it, and I'm going to keep punching it till one of us drops, then you should probably consider picking up the Reaper pack. So, that's everything about this Terminator Mark 1 BMPT TAC 7.2 review. Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy it? Do you want to see the last time I reviewed something? It's been a little bit for reviews on Armored Warfare. Here, go take a look. Go on. Go take a look. Go have at it. See if you have a good time. If you'd like to see more stuff by me, Fiaura, you can subscribe. Seriously, guys. Every last single one of you are awesome and amazing, and I appreciate it, and I hope to see more of you. If you'd like to support the channel, you can just do the Patreon! Seriously. Need more patrons. We're back down to the point I can't give away games anymore, so I'm just letting you know what's up. But the patrons do pay my food. Like, you guys are awesome. You make it where I can eat food. So, I'm not complaining. And leave a like if you had a good time. If you didn't have a good time, hit the dislike button. That's perfectly valid. And leave a comment. What do you think of the Terminator BMP TAC 7.2 armored fighting vehicle of death and DACA? Because in Russia, more DACA's good. In the meantime, from my house to yours, this has been Fiaura. I'll see all you guys later. Bye! Alright, who's still here? Who's still here? Happy Turkey Day, even though it's not Thanksgiving. I'm just saying that because. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. Bye.